So, Mike, the other day I had an interesting conversation with one of our clients. He had come into the office to meet with us, and he was very, very concerned about the fact that he had had his accident, and in just 3 days following his accident, he had been called just out of the blue by 4 different law firms, none of them even in East Texas. His accident happened in Lufkin. And so he called us and said, hey, I want to come in and talk to a lawyer. I keep getting phone calls from all these other lawyers, but they're from way out of town, and I'm worried about that. Can I come in and meet with you? And so he came in, and he had actually written down what towns they said they were from, and they were all from big cities, Dallas, Houston, Austin, but way, way away from here. And I was really surprised to hear that he had been approached that way, because it's kind of illegal for an attorney to do something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very illegal. It is actually a third-degree felony for lawyers to directly solicit a case. I mean, everyone's familiar with the term ambulance chasing, right? And we hear it on TV. Well, the criminal side of that is called barratry, and it is a crime. And the reason it's a crime is because lawyers calling people on the telephone or sending a private investigator to knock on their door or to see them in a hospital bed is very overwhelming, and it is something that takes advantage of people when they're in a difficult situation, when they're susceptible, and they are not likely to make good decisions. And so when you're in your hospital bed and someone's knocking on your door telling you that they are the ones here to help you, that is them taking advantage of you, and it's actually a crime. It happens more than you and I would like to admit, I guess, that our profession has that problem. But it is a problem, and it's a problem for several reasons. One is, obviously, it's against the law. Two, as you and I are both very well aware of, maybe because it's against the law especially, the law firms that are willing to do that, the law firms that are willing to break the law, are usually the absolute worst ones you could hire.
Right.
You and I have both had cases where clients have called us desperate for help because the lawyer they have at the moment is, and the one they're trying to get away from, is someone who solicited their case, who called them out of the blue, or just sent a fake investigator to talk to them in a hospital room or something like that. So,
right. Well, yeah, I mean, if you think about it, a law firm that is not going to take the time to try to do good work and build a reputation for working hard for their clients and do a good job, and use that as the source of their cases, use that for building their business, if they're going to run around all of that and are willing to commit a felony to get their cases, they don't need to take care of their clients. They can just run the numbers, settle for whatever the insurance company offers, dump the case if the client wants to go to trial. And that's exactly what we've seen. We've had people call us that have hired these types of attorneys who called them up out of the blue, and now they've got this case pending. But because they want to take their case to trial and their attorney wants to take the very small amount that's been offered in settlement, the client's stuck without a lawyer because the lawyer's not willing to go to trial. They just dump the case, even though that in itself is unethical.
Absolutely. I'm glad you brought that up, though, because that's something that the average person may not realize when they get one of these illegal phone calls. They may not realize that it's against the law, and that those kind of law firms are ones they should really stay away from.
Sure. I mean, it's hard enough anytime to build trust with your client. And if you're going to do a good job for your client, one, you have to earn their trust, but you need their trust, or else they're not going to follow your advice. They're not going to make the right decisions, or at least the best decision that you can put in front of them. How on earth can you trust a lawyer that's willing to start his or her relationship with you by committing a felony? I mean, that's a person that doesn't deserve anyone's trust.
Absolutely.